Hey guys, welcome back. This is the final segment of this Tama SLP G-Bubinga Snare, and what we're going to, at the very tail end, talk about is the snare. And this can go with any snare, not just this particular one, but anyone when you're setting up your snare. So, as we've talked about in the past, and other people have talked about in videos, is of course the proper tuning of the snare to get a good drum sound, right? You remember, this is more than just a regular drum. It's a snare drum. It's the heart of your drum kit. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you get the snare strands even, and that can be a whole different topic right there, which we may talk about later. But when you put the snare on, you don't want to put it too tight, because then you'll choke the snare drum. So basically what I've done is, you can hear it, I can tune it down here, and if you listen real carefully, right there should be about where I want it. So I'm going to test my ears out, and I'm going to check and look underneath as I put the snare on, and what I'm looking for is when the snare gets in contact with the snare head, I want it to touch and then just get a little bit extra tightness to it, and that should be about where I want my snare to be at. So, and that's about where I wanted it. So, what this does is, at least for me, the snare is at I don't want to say optimum, because it's different for anybody, but for me, this is where I want my snare drum to be at. You get the tonal quality of the drum itself, and you get the good buzz from the snare. If you tighten it up all the way, or just, you tighten it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crank the snare up, alright? And as you can see on this, we can do it on both sides now. So that's the cool thing with the SLP and other higher end snares, is that you have generally two places that you can tighten your tension. So see that? That's real tight, and you've choked the snare down quite a bit. So I'm going to bring this down. Now this side's still tightened. This side's down. It's loosened it up a bit, but now we have an uneven snare. So it's loose on this end, tight on this end. So basically that's what you got, is you have this going on. We don't want that. We want even tension across the snare. So bring this up a bit. I'm going to check underneath and look. I'm going to loosen it, and I'm looking at the snare to see if I have the evenness that I need. But, you can sort of feel it, Again, it's all with your ear, how you like your snare. This is where I like mine. So it's really about medium. So I haven't, basically this snare is set up how it was when it came to the store. Either Tama set it up, the snares, or one of the drum techs at the music store set it up. It looked pretty good. I checked it. It passed my inspection, so I'm just leaving it as it is. So basically where I have my settings is basically at a medium tension in the front, and about a medium tension in the back. So that puts it up, and like I said, it's touching the snare, and then it's just a little bit tighter. So basically, I got a medium tension up front and a medium tension in the back. And what that does is it's given it a good even tension on both sides, and the snare is against the snare head evenly, and so it's touching and then a little bit more pressure. So that gives me the snare sound that I am looking for right now. I may adjust this later on once on my next show, and the venue that I'm playing at, I may have to adjust it to match the room. And again, you do that with your drum kit. You're going to have to fine tune everything once you get into the venue, and you figure out your kit's going to sound the best at. So anyway, hope you liked the video, and if there's anything else you want me to talk about, comment below. Let me know. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, like it, comment good or bad things, and the more I hear from you, then the more I'll talk on things that matter for us drummers. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you on the next episode. All right? Take care. Bye.